Hello and welcome back to the Bankers Masterclass series on embracing digital transformation in retail banking. My name is John Everington. I'm the Middle East and Africa editor at The Banker, and I'm very happy to be joined once again by Subroto Som, who is Group Head of Retail Banking at Mashreqbank. Som, thank you so much once again for joining us.
Thank you, John. Good to be here.
In this chapter, we're going to be discussing the rise of e-commerce in the region and what that means for banks. So, Som, in the Middle East, e-commerce has taken a little bit more time to take off than it has been the case in other regions. Can you go into some of the reasons for this?
I don't think it matters whether it's taken time or not. I think what's more important is that in last 12, 18 months, it has seen fantastic growth, and I think it's going to grow at an amazing pace in the near future. Examples like Uber and Careem, examples like Zomato, examples like what happens, the way a consumer today can book a movie ticket, can order food, travel, and all the government services which are available online. So there are enough impetus for it to grow at an amazing pace and to customers' advantage. We at Mashreq are seeing some fantastic numbers to support this growth. We are a big acquirer in this space. While in credit card, over the last 12 months, we are seeing a 6 to 9% increase in volumes. In the e-commerce space, we are seeing a 45 to 50% growth. So though they are starting from a small base, they are growing at an amazing pace. We are a very large player in this space, and we are excited to be there. Yeah. Many new forms of payments are available. As you mentioned, it's not only the credit cards that are being used at e-commerce sites. We also have wallets that have come into the market. Mashreq was the first bank to introduce Samsung Pay way back in 2017. We, along with 6 other banks, were the first to bring Apple Pay later in the year. Google Pay is available. Mashreq has its own proprietary Mashreq Pay. And some newer payment modes like QR code-based payment, WeChat Pay, and others are coming into the market. And I think those new forms of payment, and Mashreq is leading in bringing them to the market, will also drive further use of e-commerce. And we are excited about this development.
And particularly this year, 2019, is a very exciting time because Amazon has done its big launch in the Middle East. So that's likely to have a large impact, would you say?
I'm sure. And it's not only Amazon. I think Noon, which is a homegrown e-commerce side of this, I think both of them will bring some great capability and features to the market, and I think will drive acceptance even further. So we are excited to see both of them here and look forward to working with them.
Can you give any indication, I mean, with Samsung Pay, with Apple Pay, and these other platforms, what kind of volumes that we're seeing in this area?
These are early days, and we are starting from a very small base. But I can share some stats of the total base that have signed up for this digital wallets. We see more than 50% being active. That's a good sign. Nice. I think today, in the space of contactless payment, if you look at Visa, MasterCard stats, we see close to 30% of transaction number in volume are contactless. So right, that's also, and that's rising. I think, as I mentioned earlier, the e-commerce volume are rising annually at a 50% rate. So both the use of digital wallets, activity on the digital wallets, the contactless payment, and the rise of e-commerce are great signs. And I think it's all driven by a consumer or customer convenience and the fact that we have great players like Souk, Amazon, like Noon, like Zomato's and the others e-commerce players in the place, bringing in services and solutions for the consumers.
Dubai is very much known for its malls. I mean, we're around the corner from Dubai Mall, one of the largest shopping malls in the world. So a lot of people have said that can e-commerce reach the same levels that you see in America and in Europe? But I mean, when you have such a mall culture here. But I mean, do you think there's still plenty of room to grow within the sector?
E-commerce is still very small compared to the rest of the thing, but it's growing at an amazing rate. It's too early to say if one will take over the other. But I think the customer behavior change that you are seeing here is no different from what you see in other parts of the world. I will even say that you could even see bigger shifts here. It's not an easy place to travel around, so convenience that e-commerce brings are tremendous. It also has a good network of logistical, micro logistical people to give you the delivery. And I think you will see some good growth.
Yeah.
So time will tell us what will happen, but I'm very optimistic that e-commerce, particularly in the payment space, will be a new opportunity, and more consumers are adopting that.
Indeed, it's going to be very interesting to see in the coming years how it develops. Well, Som, thank you once again for your thoughts. They've been very informative. And this concludes the Bankers Masterclass series on embracing digital transformation within retail banking. We hope you've enjoyed watching and you found it informative.